All right, I am live. Doors are open for the tribe. Hey there, Gene's here. I gotta let my roommate know about dinner. Okay, just shooting my roommate a text. She's still at work. And I'm making homemade Cobb salad. I've got a great recipe off of YouTube. So I need something healthier for dinner, especially because I eat late. So I'm looking forward to this one. Already boiled the eggs are already hard boiled, so they're done. The rest is pretty easy. I got a hot rotisserie chicken from the store to cut up, bacon, iceberg lettuce, cherry tomatoes, avocado, red onion, blue cheese. I'm OCD, so I counted 8 ingredients, and I didn't memorize them, but I knew if I hit 8 while I was at the store, I wouldn't forget anything, and I did. And then whatever dressing we have. So, gonna be a healthy dinner. The Batgirl's here. Good to see you. There's Kevin. McCormick Tribe is here. I'm here. I had a leisurely and productive and very uncharacteristic day off in the middle of the week. So I slept in, which my body needed. I got caught up in all my podcasts and started working on some other little projects here and stuff that I don't remember to get to on the weekend. So a nice restful day. Got up to the store, got all the stuff for dinner, got my car gassed up for the next couple of days. Back to work tomorrow. I think I told you guys I got all my taxes, corporate tax and personal taxes, to my tax accountant on January 31st. And they're so busy, they're 40-year tax pros, so took about a month for them to digitally send me everything. My state refund came out like a week later, and then my federal tax that I owed came out of my account on Monday the 15th. So that officially closes out 2023 tax season for me. I used to wait and try to pull everything together, and I ended up filing an extension a few years ago, and I put a stop to that once I got my LLC. So I am on top of all that. I already filed my quarterly taxes for the first quarter, first couple of days in April. So already started off into the new year, but I stay on top of that. So, got that done as people are scrambling to file and rushing the other night to meet the midnight deadline on Monday. I was already cruising and focused on this year. So good to stay on top of that and have it done. We hit 90 something today. I didn't get out and do my power walk, but I got a lot of other stuff done around here. I just checked because it was warm after I boiled the half dozen eggs for the Cobb salad. It's 80 degrees in here. And in this den, its interior, it gets really stuffy, even though I had a ceiling fan. So I turned the air on way too early. In April, running the air, so I turned it down to 78 to cool it down because this room will get warm. My 27-inch iMac is a portable heater when I'm broadcasting. Anyway, just thought I'd catch you up on what's going on with me. Amy says, good for you. Yeah, I love staying ahead of that stuff, especially with, with taxes in particular, but when you've got corporate taxes to file, I don't mess with that. I stay on top of all of that. So I've got a nice system. Anyway, so hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. Good seeing everybody here. Hope your day's going well. The doors are officially open. You three have the best virtual seats in the house, front stage. So, good to see you. Let me get some vocals and fingers warmed up. I was trying to keep my fingers out of the ice water bath when I peeled, and then after when I peeled the hard-boiled eggs. I already got those done for food prep for salad after dinner, but I don't like to get my calluses too soft. Hear the clock, 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I've been. I've got my eggs, I've got my pancakes too. I've got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off the mirror, don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams will last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see. You were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Called my mom when she was out for a walk, consoled a cup of coffee, but I didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news, more hearts being broken, more people being used, but on my cold pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy and I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see. You're meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, go about my business now, doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Hey. Brush my teeth, put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and turn the sheets down, and I take a good long look around, put on my PJs and hop in bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try to tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think any more tonight. Kind of dreams last so long, and even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, a little Steve Poltz and Jewel, kicking off this edition of Wind Down Wednesday. Hey, welcome. And I had a thought. I know often Kevin and Jean just have my music going as background. If you guys are actually watching, do you want to see what I've done with this den lately? On the walls that you don't get to see, I just put up a bunch of my favorite artists, Ora Tamir. You'll remember in my cottage home, above the stairs was that big print, that embellished print that I bought before my house was even finished. And I had other artwork of hers that used to be in the hallway and upstairs outside my master bedroom. And I sold that when I had my estate sale about 11 months before I sold my house. I sold that big print, that frame print. It's called Flames. But Ora was here January through March for, I think I mentioned, the Arizona Art Expo. I got one of the last, she stopped doing those. So that one I bought was one of the last ones she did. Well, she did another one called Flames 2. It's very similar, but there are differences. So she gave me a really good deal on that. I won't say how much. It was fantastic. So I brought that home and I got her put up, and I put the other stuff up, and it's all on this wall over here. So Amy says, sure. So all I need is a vote from the Batgirl. That means the ayes have it. I also have a 7-foot beanbag, you'll see. So I'm going to turn the light on, one of the lights, and I'm going to turn my iMac, and I'll make sure I watch it. So I'm going to, yeah, because it's tilted down right now. So I'm going to tilt it up and you can see the wall. So just let me turn the light on and I'll come right back so you can see. All right, I haven't done this before, so this is what the rest of the room looks like. Ooh, that's coming out cool. I had a space there for some other stuff. So that's the other end of this room. And I had this giant 7-foot beanbag that actually could hold 2 people, but it's just for me. Sometimes my roommate will come in and talk to me, and I said, just plop down there so you don't have to stand. Yeah, so there's that. So I got all that artwork of Ora's up there. Came out really nice. Those 3 on the end are pen and ink, and they're originals. They're not prints. And then that big frame one on the left was advertising I did when I was in South Carolina when I played at a restaurant called Saffron. And the owner, I had that put on a backing, and the owner would set that up on Thursday nights. And then she signed it and wrote this really nice inscription before I left. Oh, so that one hanging on the door, that's a bunch of my triathlon memorabilia, and I pulled out a bunch of medals and stuff, and I'm going to put all of that on a big black canvas that I bought yesterday and hang it up in that space that you see that's open. And then that's my book, my little bookcase. There's my favorite movie, last year when I went to Mackinac and my friends flew me up and I got to stay at the Grand Hotel during Somewhere in Time weekend. I finally bought the poster that they had for sale for that movie, and then I had it, took it to Michael's, and they put it on a backing for me. Let me see, there's some other stuff on the other side of this wall. Here's what the rest of this space looks like. So you guys remember in my cottage home, I had the those walls in my office and in my music room that had idea paint where you could write on it. Well, I can't do it in this house, but I found one on the internet. It's like 4 foot by 6 foot. And so it's got adhesive backing. And so that's where I do all my brain dumping now. It's like a huge whiteboard, but it can be removed and it'll roll up. So I can take it with me wherever I go. That's my main computer. My desk. Some other stuff from my former life. That's what the people that reported to me after I left Palo Verde, they sent that to me via courier. They had a guy bring it to my house and a whole bunch of them signed it. And then I've shared pictures of this before. That is my vision board from school. There's a whole story behind that, but I made that. I guess I'm doing full circle. I bought that at the Civil Rights Museum on my way home from South Carolina, and I'm not going to be able to get all the other stuff in. Anyway, since I'm talking about dinner and all kinds of crazy stuff, I thought I'd show you the rest of the room for the most part, so you can see what else is here. And this is my little performing space. See, it's in a corner. Oh, that was a signage for my album when I released it, and I play at the coffee shop. New CD sold here, Zen. Yeah, that's kind of wonky, but I've never done this before. So I thought I'd show you. That's what the rest of this space looks like. Really OCD, so there's a certain place I have to get this set to right there. All right, let me turn the light off. So anyway, I thought I'd just share. Little by little, I've been making progress on projects. I got all that artwork up. I don't know, what day is this? Wednesday. I think I did that over the weekend. Anyway, so that's what the rest of this room looks like. And the ceiling above me is probably 9 feet, and it graduates to about 12 feet at the other end where I showed you. So it's really cool. That's why the acoustics, remember when I first came in here, were so loud it sounded like a sound system, so I bought this huge area rug. Oh, I should have showed you that. Oh well. Anyway, let me get caught up on comments here. Oops. Kevin says, looks good, congrats. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this. As an artist, I'm really affected by space, so I need, even in my house where I had my day room, my office, that had a very bright white walls, all that stuff in there from my former life on the walls when I finally got it done. And then my music studio was my sacred space when I finally got it done, with the wood floors and all the stuff all over the walls. I loved how that came out. And the Starfield ceiling that took me 4 days to put up, I spent most of my time in that room. And that's what I do here. I just sleep in the bedroom next door, but in my bedroom, that's all I use it for. And this is my new sacred space, I guess you'd call it. Ken says it was great. Thanks. You still have some of your acrylics you did at the cottage? Acrylics. Yes. I've sold some. I sold some of the originals to Z and Nita a couple of years ago. I still have some prints, and I still have a couple of originals that I did. They're packed away in the garage. Amy says, very artistic. You have a great eye. Oh, thanks. Everything has to go in its right place, and it doesn't just go up like that. And I've tried what people used to say, lay stuff out on the floor. That's never worked for me. I just have to start. I visualize it for a couple of days, and I knew Flames was going to go up first, so I put her up where I thought I would build everything around her. And sometimes it doesn't look right at first, so I use these Velcro strips that you've all used them. You can put them on like on frames, picture frames. So all that stuff is hung up with big Velcro strips or small ones, so that whenever we leave here, it won't, or when I leave, it won't mar up the walls. So no nails. Everything else, everything you saw here is held up with Velcro strips. So sometimes I'll put them up and it doesn't look right, so you can just pull them down and move it around. If you need to, if the strips don't hold, just put on another one. So that's how everything's done that way. So it's artistic. You have a great eye. It's so personal. It is. I love being surrounded by. You have to celebrate your life. It took me years before I started putting anything up in my house that had anything to do with me or my former career or anything. And when I did, I was really happy with it. But it took a while to even do that. So I do that now. You don't know how long you're here. We're here in a flicker, and it's important, I think, to celebrate your life and accomplishments. And it's inspiring, especially sometimes when I just have those days where, I'll just kind of look and go, I've done a lot. I'll get myself through this. So these are helpful reminders and stuff that makes me happy. Mike McCabe, windy Michigan on the feed. Wow, having some wind up there. Yeah, I think I was reading it last night about, or watching the news on weather storms up your way. It was like 90 or 92 here today. I had to turn the air on because it was 80 degrees in the house when I got home from the store. It's like, oh. And then this iMac, my 27-inch iMac, is a furnace when I'm broadcasting. So I had a fan going on high, and I had to turn the air down to 78 because it was 80 degrees in here. So Mike's windy up there. Amy says, great idea. Yeah, sometimes it takes me a while. So that wall was pretty much empty up until like Saturday. And all of a sudden, whew, I just get on a tear, like a tornado, and all of a sudden I just get inspired and everything goes up. Amy just had a thunderstorm and beautiful eerie skies. Oh, I love that. Love thunderstorms, rainstorms. Dark overcast skies, all that stuff is great. Okay. I know you're all here to hear me play music, not talk so much, but I did have to share just kind of what's going on so you get to see the room. Mike, I just showed everybody the artwork I finally got up in this room. You can watch on the replay. I got up and turned the light on, and I turned my iMac, my whole 27-inch iMac, to show you what the rest of the room looks like now. With all my artwork from my favorite artist, Ora Tamir, my 7-foot beanbag chair. She comes down Yellow Mountain on a dark flat land. She rides on a pony she named Wildfire, with a whirlwind by her side, on a cold Nebraska night. They say she died one winter when there came a killing frost, and that pony she named Wildfire busted down her stall in a blizzard, he was lost. She ran calling wildfire. She ran calling wildfire. She ran calling wildfire. By the dark of the moon, I planted, but there came an early snow. There's been a hoot owl howling by my window now 6 nights in a row. She's coming for me, I know, and on the wildfire both gonna go. We'll be riding wildfire. We'll be riding wildfire. We'll be riding wildfire. On wildfire we're gonna ride. Melodies are busting behind. Get these hard times right out of our mind. Riding wildfire. Oh, that felt good. Little Michael Martin Murphey from about 7th grade, I think, for me. That's his song. The intro and the outro were composed by moi, because transposing that piano intro and outro is just a little bit beyond my skill set. But I do like that one. I think it pairs nicely. As does my Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays with you. Pairs nicely. So great to have you here. No new check-ins? Okay. Let's see. Something in D. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I've for you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. Evening shadows, the stars appear, and there is no one to dry your tears. I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storms are raging on a rolling sea, down the highway of regret. Winds of change are blowing wild and free, huh? But you ain't seen nothing like me yet. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you. Make you happy, make your dreams come true. To make you feel my love. All right, a little Garth Brooks arrangement of a Bob Dylan song from the Hope Float soundtrack, performed by moi. Thank you, my Wine Down Wednesday tribe, for being here. Good to see all of you. Sip them if you got them. Gene says, beautiful. Oh, thank you. For whichever song it was about, I'll take it. I haven't done this in a while. It just came to me. A little John D. Loudermilk. Everybody knows that I love you. Everybody knows that it's true. Everyone's aware that I really care. Everyone that is but you. Everybody knows that I need you. Everybody knows that it's true. Everyone's wise that you're in my eyes. Everyone that is but you. Mary Lou and Jerry too know that I'm acting strange. They wonder why you haven't noticed the change. Even your best friends, they know it's true. Why, oh why can't you see it too? Everybody knows that I love you. Everybody knows that it's true. Everyone's informed that you make me warm. Everyone that is but you. I love that little song. My parents had that album, and now I do when I was a kid. And the album cover had long been lost, so I never knew what that album cover looked like. And I mentioned that to a friend of mine years ago. She and her husband tracked it down for me at a bookstore up in Oregon, I think, that specializes in hard to find items, and she shipped it to me. That was so awesome. So I now have the 12 sides of Loudermilk, and that little song. It's like a bubble. It's like a, what do they call it? Donny Osmond had a song called Puppy Love. It's like a puppy love song. It's like a junior high song, but I love that little song. So there you go. I haven't done that in a while. Okay, my niece keeps telling me. I said something Indeed. She goes, "How about Age by Jim Croce?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I haven't done that in a while." Well, I've been inside, round about and back again. Been so many places, can't remember where I went. And my only boss was the clock on the wall, and my only friend never really was a friend at all. I've traded love for pennies, sold my soul for less, lost my ideals in that long tunnel of time. And I've turned inside out and round about and back again. I found myself right back where I started again. Once I had myself a million, I've only got a dime. The difference don't seem quite as bad today. So with a nickel or a million, I was searching all the time. Something that I never lost or left behind. I traded love for pennies, sold my soul for less, lost my ideals in that long tunnel of time. And I've turned inside out and round about and back again. I found myself right back where I started again. Now I'm in my second circle, I'm heading towards the top. I learned a lot of things along the way, and I'll be careful when I'm climbing, cause it hurts a lot to drop. And when you're down, nobody gives a damn anyway. And I've traded love for pennies, sold my soul for less, lost my ideals in that long tunnel of time. And I turned inside out and round about and back, and then I found myself right back where I started again. Oh, some of what I call my oldest friends, those Jim Croce songs. When I was 14, the year after Jim passed, sitting on the edge of my bed with my record player and all three of his albums in my Jim Croce songbook, and learning to play those songs. Some of them I still do. Gene said, beautiful. Amy says, sounds great. Thank you. So my muse just said, why don't you do one of your favorite Jim Croce songs that never made it to the radio airplay? And I will. Hey, tomorrow, where are you going? Do you have some room for me? 'Cause the night is falling and the dawn is calling, and I'll have any day if she'll have me. Hey, tomorrow, I can't show you nothing. You've seen it all pass by your door. So many times I said I've been changing, then slipped into patterns of what's happened before. 'Cause I've been wasted and I've overtasted all the things that life's gave to me. And I've been trusted, abused, and busted. And I've been taken by those close to me. Hey, tomorrow, you've gotta believe that I'm through wasting what's left of me. 'Cause the night is falling and the dawn is calling. I'll have a new day if she'll have me. 'Cause I've been wasted and I've overtasted all the things that life's gave to me. And I've been trusted, abused, and busted. And I've been taken by those close to me. Hey, tomorrow, where are you going? Do you have some room for me? 'Cause the night is falling and the dawn is calling. I'll have a new day if she'll have me. I'll have a new day if she'll have me. Oh, I love that song. That was not an air release or any of that, but I have loved that song since I was a teenager. It's full of so much information, so much tragedy, but also so much hope. And if you don't know this, you can do some research and verify this. The number one thing that what they call musicologists say, the number one topic that has been written about in song for all of humans' history is love. And what I love about that song is that I guess what I love about it, if you're the kind of person that like really falls and you're not wanting to put an undue pressure on that other person, but this song talks about, I'll have a new day if she'll have me. In other words, that other person holds so much power in the grasp of, I'm sure, her lily white hand, to coin a phrase from Townes Van Zandt, from that little song, If I Needed You. I showed her how to hold her lily white hand in mine. That's where I got that from. That just came to me. So that lily white hand of hers completely holds his heart and all of that power. And she probably doesn't want it and have all the weight of that responsibility. But what I do love poetically is that I'll have a new day if she'll have me. In other words, she has the power to completely put a cloud cover over him or have the sun come up the next day. So you can interpret, songs are interpreted sometimes, but what I love is the perspective about, hey, tomorrow. I love that song. He's talking about tomorrow. He's like, it's a living thing. It's like, and tomorrow, where are you going? Do you have some room for me? Like, he wants to jump on tomorrow's train. Do you have some room? And then he talks about, because the night is fallen and the night's fallen and the dawn is calling. I'll have a new day if she'll have me. In other words, this one person can totally change his life. And then he talks about all the things he suffered through and all of that. And so I love that song. Look that up on YouTube if you want to hear it. Jim Croce, Hey Tomorrow, Hey comma tomorrow, I think, to be grammatically correct. The lyrics are just great. Listen to it a half dozen times and you'll put your own story to that. I do, at least. That's what makes music wonderful and songs so powerful. We create attachments to lyrics. And you hear a song and go, wow, I could have written those lyrics. Those are like very personal to me. But that's a great song of inspiration and hope, which I always love. And anyway, as a songwriter, that's why I love that song. Anyway, Amy had said song great. Gene says, nice relaxing tunes. I think that's a microphone. You think I would just put on my glasses and my cheaters. It is. Thanks, I'm glad. some nights I know I talk a little bit more than others, but if I have stuff to share or something about a song just kind of moves me. Since we're on Jim Croce, let's do a, what do they call it, a trifecta? Or a hat trick in hockey. I don't play hockey, but we're going to do 3 in a row. How's that? A triple shot. Well, I know it's kind of late. I hope I didn't wake you, but what I've got to say can't wait. I know you'd understand, but every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kind of strange, but every time I'm near, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand, but every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. But every time the time was right, all the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kinda late. I hope I didn't wake you, but there's something that I just gotta say. I know you'd understand, but every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Oh, there's a triple shot. Oh, one of my favorite, most formative artists for my guitar playing, the late great Jim Croce. Thanks for the music, Jim. A gift that keeps on giving. Let's see. I always try to keep fresh content for all of you. So Muse just said, go Capo 5 and do some Bob Schneider. So I will. Soon was a pilot in the nationally known Amazing Ladies of the Outer Ozone. She didn't have no kids, she didn't have no time. She was a woman of her word, she was a fighter of crime. She looked good in a hat and she had a natural way. With tools and no car, she went to UCLA. Everybody said she was as crazy as the loon. But she was a girl she'd spend every afternoon sitting in her backyard pretending to be a fighter ace in the Japanese military. She liked to make up her mind, she kept her feet in the air. She wore her heart on her sleeve because she found it there. It was all well and good until she met this young man. A young pilot named Steve with a beautiful tan. He spoke English and French and he swam like a swan. He had a mouthful of teeth and more style than Cezanne. He'd talk to the bees, he could breathe in the air. He wore his heart on his sleeve because he found it there. And they'd sit in the trees and they'd talk through the night while the blind moon swam in the pale starry light. They talked and they crowed and they told what they knew. It was better than beer, it was strange and something new. It was grass all around, it was black up above. It was more than hello, it was something like love. I don't know why life it seems to be so hard for dreamers like you and me. When love is love, is everywhere. I love that little song. Bob Schneider from Austin, Texas, and his friends said, "Don't put that song on your album." And he followed his heart and he put that on the album, the very last song, with the string quartet. It's just, I think it's 3 or 4 string section. Beautiful song. Bob Schneider, Love Is Everywhere, if you want to go look it up on YouTube. The first one that usually pops up on a YouTube search for me was a live in studio with that strings, and it's just beautiful. Great song. Gene says, "Take it easy." That's crazy because I just remembered about my second song in. I was thinking, what should I play? And Take It Easy came, but it went right away. So I didn't even think about it until now. So Amy usually requests this, and I always like, I don't rehearse during the week because I'm working, but I'm like, hope I can remember all the lyrics to this. So let's try it. Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, and 2 that wanna stone me, and 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place and take your stand. And take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. It's such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down and take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. We may lose and we may win, but we'll never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in. So take it easy. Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. Got a world of trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover who won't blow my cover. She's so hard to find. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I'm gonna show you sweet love. It's gonna save me. All we got is We ought to take it easy. Well, I don't do that very often. I always wonder if I'm going to remember the lyrics. Thanks for that, Gene. That's crazy. Like my second or third song in, my muse said, take it easy, and then boom, automatically she pulled it from me and I forgot about it. And then that was why. So there you go. One I don't do very often, but a great Eagles song. Trinity's here. Oh, this is crazy. So my muse and the universe are working. It's something else I forgot. Yes, you popped into my mind yesterday, and then boom, I forgot all about it until now. So I was wondering how you're doing. Good to see you. I don't know if you're still traveling around, if you're back in town. Let me know when you're back here. With all that traveling, you're gonna need some therapy. So good to see you. That made me smile. It's like, oh man, she popped into my mind yesterday, and in a flicker was like, it's one of those fleeting thoughts, just like Take It Easy, about my second or third song in, and I just forgot about it. And it was so I could tell the story and tell Gene, wow, that song popped into my head. And that happened yesterday, so when you checked in today, I would be able to tell you that. It's I just firmly believe that. Kevin says, can never go wrong with Eagles, in my opinion. Agreed. Okay, another one I don't do very. This tuned down guitar, I don't think is even tuned much. But since Kevin said that, I don't do this very often. I have to tune it down. No. We'll do it, but give me a second. This is not. I can have it a little out of tune, but I'm gonna guess it's flat rather than sharp on this tuning. Yes, because E tuned down is D. Okay. Give me a second, Kevin. Kevin planted a seed, and it's like, okay, I have to tune this down because my vocals don't go to the range of Don Henley. So this is tuned down one step or 2 frets. I play some songs on this, like that Paul McCartney song from the Lake House. Since I don't play this guitar very often, it just succumbs to weather conditions in the home, which are pretty arid, and then close enough, and then the strings which just need to be tuned. So, all right, Kev, you kind of planted a seed. You and Jean. She recommended Take It Easy. I don't do this very often. I have to tune down for it. Also Eagles. Every night, lying in bed, holding you close in my dreams, thinking about all the things that we said, coming apart at the seams. We tried to talk it over, but the words come out too rough. I know you were trying to give me the best of your love. Beautiful faces, loud empty places, at the way that we've been, wasting our time on cheap talking wine, left us a little again. That same old crowd was like a cold dark cloud that we could never rise above. But here in my heart, I give you the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you get the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you get the best of my love. I'm going back in time, it's a sweet dream. It was a quiet night, and I would be alright if I could go on dreaming. But every morning I wake up and worry what's gonna happen today. You see it your way, and I see it mine, but we both see it slipping away. You know we always had each other, baby, and I guess it wasn't enough. But here in my heart, I give you the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you give the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you give the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, you give the best of my love. Whoa, 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 sweet darling, every night and day, you give the best of my love. Best of my love. You get the best of my love. The best of my love. You get the best of my love. The best of my love. Woo! Oh, that was meant to be. Oh man. As I say, a great song will always be a great song. Wow, it's already 5 after. Well, I did some talking. And for those of you that weren't here early on, I flipped the lights on and showed you all my artwork from my favorite artist, Laura Tamir, that I got finally put up on my wall in my den. My 7-foot beading bag. So after I archive the show, you can go back and look at that if you want. Trinity says, aw. It's all true. Kev says, great choice. Thank you. Thanks for influencing that. First Gene and then you is great. Well done. You're welcome. So let's close this set out since I'm on my tune down guitar for that with that Paul McCartney song from one of my favorite movies, The Lake House. I'm very sure this never happened to me before. I met you, and now I'm sure this never happened before. And now I see this is the way it's supposed to be. I met you, and now I see this is the way it should be. This is the way it should be for lovers. They shouldn't go it alone. It's not so good when you're on your own. So come to me. Now we can be what we wanna be. I love you, and now I see this is the way it should be. This is the way it should be. This is the way it should be for for lovers, they shouldn't go it alone. It's not so good when you're on your own. I'm very sure this never happened to me before. I met you, and now I'm sure this never happened before. This never happened before. This never happened before. This never happened before. Oh, I love that song. And the movie, The Lake House. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Paul McCartney did that original song. And if you watch the movie and figure out the storyline, the song pairs completely with it. It's a great, great take on that. Not a time travel movie, a time displacement movie. I'll just leave it at that. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's a great movie. All right, my tribe. Thanks for hanging in a little overtime with me. Kevin says, well done. You're welcome. Gene, thanks for the great evening. Thanks for being here, my tribe, as always, giving me an audience with which to share my music, or there wouldn't be any. So, and as always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy. Keep those immune systems bolstered up. If you're here in Arizona, get out and enjoy some of the sunshine. It's too early to be running the air, but I had to turn it on tonight to cool this house down a little bit because my 27-inch iMac that I broadcast from is a furnace when I'm running it. And even though this is a pretty nice space in this den, it really heats it up. Oh yeah, so if you weren't tuned in early on, I'll archive this right when I'm done. You can go back and scroll through and see what this den looks like with the house lights on, and all my artwork from my favorite artist, Ora Tamir, and all my other memorabilia that's in this den. So I gave everybody a peek at what this space looks like. So that was on the cuff, so it was funny. I just turned the light on and then turned my big iMac so you could see it. So that's on there too. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of Wind Down Wednesday. Trinity says namaste as well. And enjoy the rest of your, Kevin says, always happy Hump Day Wednesday. Sliding in toward the weekend, I will be back on Fiesta Friday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with more music. In the meantime, take good care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.